5 hours. All right. So then we go next door. We didn't think it was going to be exactly 5 hours, but
we were mentally prepared to wait.
You have to mentally prepare yourself for that. You're having drinks. You're talking about, my gosh, 5 hours. What is this going to be like? Wow. And so it's like the whole thing.
And it was a little bit of a speed bump because the bar was kind of preoccupied with a drunk in the bathroom.
Right. So then we went up to the bar, which is supposed to be like this fun party next door. And I guess something had happened in the bathroom because day drinking, because Phoenix on that weekend, you can't trust anyone. So someone was in the bathroom, been drinking all day, whatever, and it occupied manager, bartender, the whole place was empty. So you're like, okay, fuck. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but when you finally sit down and it's coming, there's that too.
Yeah.
Right? And with all of the experience and what it was amazing. It was like one of the best pizza experiences I've had.
Here's the thing. We waited 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
It wasn't long at all.
40 minutes.
But I think everybody had kind of given up.
They got scared off.
Yeah, because you hear that, you hear 5 hour wait. You're just like, holy shit, dude. The other part about it was the guy who was blackout drunk in the bathroom that they had removed at the little tiny bar next door probably blacked out because of the wait. And it was, for him, because what I'd heard later on was, because there was a line when we left.
Yeah.
And there was a line before.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had just gotten there at the right moments. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think Homeboy was there 2 or 3 hours waiting and just blacked out in the bathroom. And yeah, he hit the line of the day, though, when he looked at his wife or girlfriend, whoever that was. He just said, "You did this to me. You made me do it." I love that. I love when somebody gets blackout and then says, "You made me do it." Mm-hmm. It's great. Yeah.
So we ordered every pizza on the menu because
we did.
One order at a time.
And we got scared, and so we're like, let's just get way too much.
All of it. We ordered all the pizzas, so we had every single one. The white trash in me, though, I'm going to be honest with you, it was the pepperoni and sausage was still my fave.
No, look.
It was a salami.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Whatever.
It was like a little bit elevated with a black olive, but like that's your jam, and it was very good.
My jam. It was great. Yeah. Big fan.
Have you ever seen me eat more than that?
I don't think I've ever seen you eat carbs before, so that was a shock to both of us. And then
but you really
proceeded
did
to eat like 30 pieces of pizza, which you should have. If you go to some place like that, you should. You should eat all the things. I ate until I was so stuffed that it was rolly aroundy, and the rest of the night was...
I mean, I was eating other people's crust.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, you were.
Yeah. Because that's the thing is the crust, like he, makes his own. He has his own like wheat farms in Phoenix and makes his own flour and has been like working on it for fucking 20 years. And,
But everybody there had seen the special on Netflix, and everybody was talking about the Netflix special of why that they were there, and so were we. Yeah. And it was like, man, I don't know who the owner of that is, but they owe Netflix a big thank you for all that.
Well, Chris Bianco, and he was in the special.
Oh, he was. Was he the bald guy?
No, he was gray-haired, older Italian dude.
Because you and I had watched the whole series. I didn't know if that was the one that was passed down from the father.
No, that was another one.
Okay, gotcha.
This one was like the very first one. Okay. Totally just like Italian quintessence.
Yeah. But we were in an Uber later chatting about it, or actually before you got there, I think. And our Uber driver said they had opened one in L.A., and then there was another one, I guess, had opened crosstown in Phoenix that you could get reservations for if you wanted to. And
but
all
I
that
couldn't get reservations because they're booked out months in advance.
It's totally fine. It was great, and I enjoyed it. And pizza was really good.
Somebody asked if we ordered off the dessert tray. There was only one dessert left in the entire restaurant.
I know.
Got that piece of chocolate cake, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. But when someone tells you, like, we don't really have any, we just have one, that's, again, you're already set up to be like, well, this isn't the best, right? But, eating and going out with people and everything like that, part of it's mental and who you're with and the experience and everything. So I loved it. It was amazing.
What would you give it?
What's your rating out of 10?
I mean, I'm not like a pizza rating, so you don't have anything really...
We're not going to try to rip somebody else's bit.
But go against, but for me, like I'm saying, everything involved... It was a 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just with everything and all of us there. And
have you had a better pizza in your life? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, but
where was it?
Different kind of style, right?
Different style,
It's all style.
Where was it?
I never had a style like what is that style? I guess like
That's like a wood fire,
fire
like classic
Neapolitan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never had a better Neapolitan than that, I guess.
Okay. So for me, I'm going to go back to what you said. I think part of it has to deal with the fucking ambiance of it and who you're with and why and all that other stuff. And because that affects your meal as well. We've all had great food somewhere, even off a food truck or something where you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. But you might have been going to somewhere else and, it depends on what you were there for.
You're
and
eating
all that
on
stuff.
a sidewalk and it's kind of like and rushed and uncomfortable.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So there was, for me, mine are based off of experiences that I had with the pizzas and who I was with. Once was with you in Chicago. I forget the name of that place that you and I went. We've been there twice after Cubs games.
Yeah.
But I want to say it was like a mile from the stadium. We walked there. And it was fantastic. I still love that place.
And it was all like after games,
But I get to hang out with you.
Pizza.
And I got to hang out with you and we got to drink and the owners are cool and the place was cool and all that stuff. And then the other one, which you had turned me on to, you had actually sent me and my agent there because your brother worked there, was Roberta's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So we had hopped over there one night and had pizza. Now the interesting part was there was 5 of us at Pizzeria Bianco, and then 2 of us at Roberta's, and that price was double in Roberta's. So yeah. But it's fun. Now, are you going to do a little tour? Now, do you want to do the little tour?
A little pizza tour?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not married to pizza. Right? I just
food.
I see. Yeah, just food and experience. So when I saw that whole thing and saw the guy's story and people waiting fucking 4 hours and whatever, and critics saying it's the best and the whatever, getting fired because they chose that pizza, then I go, I want to try that. If it's something else other than raw fish and oysters, I'll go do that too. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like that experience where people are like, this is the fucking,
Yeah.
So no, I don't know about pizza tour. I did want to do a wing tour for a little bit, but that's, futile at this point, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you make great wings, so it's like I don't really have a desire.
Well, then I would be able to rate them pretty well. But yeah.
Yeah, you would be able to. But for me personally, now it's crush. You cook most of the stuff that I already love, including the botch. And we went to Benny Haha on Saturday night, drunk after the golf tournament.
That was my favorite meal of the entire trip.
Probably.
Really?
I'm really sad I missed that.
Probably.
I know, Giorgio.
There's a reason you missed that, Giorgio.
I know.
Yeah.
You were
sad.
doing
We're going
what
to get into it,
Let's
Giorgio?
get into
you
it.
were
Yeah.
doing what you had to do, Giorgio, you know?
No, it's just who Giorgio is. Like that's all. I figured Giorgio out this weekend. I figured it out.
No.
He looked around and was like, "Oh, this is too nice. I've got to go back and ruin it."
I
and
feel
burn it
uncomfortable.
down. Yeah.
That's pretty common.
It is. It's
I-
imposter syndrome, is what
Look,
you
I
have,
have
Giorgio.
one thing to say. Out of everyone that we are with at the beginning of the day, I left all of you, and the person I went to hang out with was wearing a Rolex.
Sure. And
Okay.
she was in a general admission.
Gen Pop.
Only because I found out later she probably didn't want to be seen in those boxes.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing, though. That's fine that she was wearing the Rolex, but you went from being the person wearing the Rolex to your more comfortable state as the person servicing the person wearing the Rolex.
Yep.
Now, you were serviced her sexually, and that's fine and good.
No.
I
I'm
see.
okay- I'm
I
okay
see
with
what you're
that. You
He
saying.
did not. He did not service her sexually
Yeah, I
because
know.
he
It was
was
just a
home
day
before
date.
we were. We were
doing?
on our way to Benny Hanna's and he was already home and it was 8:00.
So it was a girlfriend experience, but for her, like
Yes.
it was a boyfriend experience
It
for
was
her.
a young boyfriend experience. I walked her around the entire course. I bought her all her drinks.
Yeah, that's true.
But, you know-
Prostitutes say they just want to talk most of the time.
Yeah.
We did find, she does have money, so maybe the eventual goal of finding an older woman with money in Scottsdale worked out.
Well, she's 52.
Why were you buying all the drinks and were you actually buying them with money? We didn't spend a dime.
Yeah. We had bracelets, Giorgio,
No,
with
so he-
a million free drinks.
He kept sneaking back into the Bay Club, and he getting drinks and then bringing them back.
So you mean I bought her all her drinks?
No, we also bought drinks because we would walk around. We would be like on hole 3 and wanted some seltzers. So,
Okay.
we got some
Okay.
seltzers and would walk around. Then we'd go to a different bar, dance for a little bit, the dance club.
Gross.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah. Absolute nightmare.
Best
For you,
experience ever.
for you, great. I'm
For
saying
you,
like
Giorgio.
for me,
For
that sounds
me,
like a nightmare,
no.
right? But
No. And
something happened. You weren't gonna be home when we got home, but
No,
something
we were gonna
happened.
Keep the night going and start drinking and possibly go to dinner or keep drinking, should I say?
Sure.
And
It was late for her.
Yeah, she's 52.
We're waiting on the Uber, and then I look down at her phone, and her phone has been on a phone call for 3.5 minutes.
So she had either butt dialed
She
or
butt dialed
called and
someone
didn't
back by
hang
accident.
up.
Oh, boy.
And that person, whoever it was, speculate what you will,
Stayed on the phone for
heard
3.5 minutes.
heard
Yep.
everything that Giorgio and this lady
Yeah, we're doing.
were just talking about doing whatever. And when she saw that her phone had been on, right?
She freaked out.
Hard.
Yep.
And was like, this is really bad. Now,
Why is it
What
really
could
bad?
that be?
Yeah, is she married?
She said she
she
wasn't.
says
married.
she wasn't.
But that's what she said right away. I didn't even assume that she was, nor did I care.
Right, yeah, exactly. You could be
I mean,
like,
it would
oh,
be
that's your
nicer
husband.
If she was honest and single, and the person she said she was all day. But if not, it's
Who
kinda
cares?
hot.
Ah, that's weird. You
Who
hung
cares?
out with a stranger like that all day long,
It's a great time.
But to me, it's like, oh my gosh, like who did she call and like why was it so bad?
I know.
And we'll never know.
You'll never know.